Hi, and welcome to Stay in London blog. And today I want to talk to you about whether it's worth becoming an Airbnb host in 2021 climate. So the government has announced that it's planning to, they're talking about opening up borders in the United Kingdom from the 17th of May, which means that people will be able to travel outside of the UK and possibly come into the country with lower restrictions, COVID restrictions. Of course, some testing will still be required. However, that's a very promising sign. And then they're also planning to lift all travel restrictions, still have the, the red, yellow, green light system. However, from the 21st of June, it's quite likely that we will be allowed to travel even more extensively. And with the vaccination program going ahead so successfully, I think that's very likely to happen. So if you are planning to travel and you're thinking about possibly renting your property out while you're away, in this blog post, I just wanted to discuss that possibility and how one can do that. It's not that complicated, actually. If you have a property in central London in zones 1 to 2, those kind of properties are in high demand. So when you're traveling, you can definitely consider, creating a listing on Airbnb possibly, and renting your property out for people who are willing to rent it and who are looking into options of visiting London while you're away. So first of all, you definitely would need a very good photos of the property. Of course, consider the location. Like I said, zones 1 and 2 seem to have the highest demand. Then you need to have a good description of your property. It has to be kitted out very well as well, so that people feel comfortable, they feel at home when they arrive. So it has to have, cutlery, crockery, sleeping arrangements. Also, it's very important to be transparent if there are any, noise issues. If there's, a train track just outside of your window, you have to be transparent, because if you're not, you might get bad reviews afterwards. So, it's probably the easiest if you're new to this, to start with Airbnb. It's probably the biggest and most user-friendly channel. It's a good place to start. However, at Stay in London, we work with all of the channels. We use software to make sure that you don't have double booking. So we work with Booking.com, Expedia, HomeAway, and probably the 4 biggest channels. But we also work with medium-term channels as well. Websites like Spot a Home or the Home-like that usually generate guests. They attract guests that are looking for slightly longer stays, from 1 to 3 months, for example. So if you're away for a bit longer, that could also be an option for you. So now a very important question is, how much money can you make when you rent your property out? So from what we have seen in last year, even in COVID times, we've managed to rent most of our properties out. So if, for example, I could give you examples, so a 2-bed in Notting Hill should be generating about £3,000 after all of the costs per month for the owner. If it's a slightly bigger property, so for example, a 3-bedroom house in Islington, that should generate about £4,500 up to £5,000 a month. And if it's a smaller property, like a 1-bedroom apartment in South Kensington, I think you should be looking at around £2,000 in the region of that. However, if you would like us to give you a more specific calculation, please get in touch with the below address, and we'll be able to give you a forecast of potential monthly revenue and costs, and then you can make your decision. Of course, shorter term or medium term rentals should generate more revenue than a longer term model. And very often our clients, our customers, they still want to live at the property, so a longer term rental option is not really available to them. So this kind of short or medium term rental is a great opportunity to generate some cash while you're not using the property. So please get in touch with me directly at the below address, and we'll be able to discuss your vision, and I can always give advice, and advice is free if you want to start your journey on short-term rentals here in London. So thank you for listening, and we'll speak soon. Have a good week. Bye.